In the break, we got news from both Bruce Bochy and Mike Bacsik that Jack Leiter, the former number 2 pick in the draft for the Texas Rangers, will make the start on Thursday against Detroit. By the way, you can hear that game at 12:10, just like today and tomorrow, right here on 105.3 The Fan. So Jack Leiter gets the start on Thursday for the Rangers.
Congratulations to him, man. Very excited about it. That should be a very highly anticipated game.
Oh, yeah.
By all means, that should be the one that everybody's getting ready to.
You think more hype on that than if Heaney was starting?
Oh, for sure. I'm just trying to figure out, though, was Wyatt Langford's, I guess that was opening day, so there couldn't be any more hype around it. But and a lot of it was taken off of, because it was opening day, a lot of that hype was taken off.
Opening day hype versus just Langford hype.
Yeah, I mean, I just remember, Carter, our Carter was there too, being at that Frisco Rough Riders game, his first debut there when he was drafted. That place was packed. I mean, it felt like it was standing room only, dude. So and it's not going to be the same vibe there in Detroit because nobody's going to care as much there. So I'm interested to see how this turns out.
One of the biggest things that has gotten Jack Leiter up to the big leagues, and yes, I understand the counter argument can be struggles with starting pitchers, whether it's Heaney or Gray to start the season. But I'm telling you, there is another thing at play here. You go back to Jack Leiter's run in Frisco in 2022. 92 2/3 innings pitched with 56 walks. You look at last year.
A lot.
Yes. Split between Frisco and Round Rock. 85 innings, 49 walks. We talked about this a lot during spring training, and I know it's only been a couple of starts, but take a look at Round Rock production this season. 14 1/3 innings, 3 walks. That was the biggest thing that we talk about, what you work on in spring training all the time. Jack Leiter, I have no doubt, wanted to make the team breaking camp, but how is your control and fastball placement working? It's looked a lot better, so that is getting him to the show.
I also wonder something else. Maybe it was the transition to professional baseball from college, and that was that big of a difference. But I also wonder, whenever your team just won a championship and you're still kind of way down on the pecking order there, how much that changes your approach to everything. Are you like, okay, if I want to be part of this and there's a reality that I can be because they like me in the organization, I really have to work on things. I got to be better. Every time I take the mound, it's a different appeal.
See, I think about that across the board for the Rangers, right? Like, let's just use, I feel bad about doing this, but it's just where we're at. Foscue and Wenzel.
Okay.
They could see it passing them by.
Yes.
And unfortunately for Foscue, once he makes it up, then he gets hurt, and obviously now they moved him to the 60-day injured list. So that is a very unfortunate situation for him.
For sure.
But Foscue and Wenzel, they could see the success of, like, Josh Young, who obviously one of them shared the draft class with him, and say, this thing is passing me by because he not only is a starter, he was a starter for the World Series champion, and I'm still sitting here in the minor leagues. I wonder if Leiter looked at some of his contemporaries from the draft a couple of years ago and was like, they're already starting. Or he can look at the Rangers and be like, they don't need me because they won the World Series just fine without me. By the way, Jack, we do need you. I'm really looking forward to Thursday, and I hope you're awesome for many, many years. But you can see how he might have that idea of, they just won the World Series. They don't need me.
Well, and if maybe, again, this is the other side of that. Hopefully this isn't the situation. If he's unhappy with the situation and he's still performing, he's valuable to somebody. If he's not performing well, he's not valuable to anybody in the league. So if he could be valuable to the Rangers as a trade asset, or maybe he could be a valuable asset for them as a starter for the next 10 years.
And that's what I think. I love the idea of you don't like where you're at in life, and it motivates you to do better or whatever the case might be. And that feels like where we are with Jack Leiter. We'll see how it goes on Thursday, and hopefully 5 days after that, 5 days after that, and on for the next, like you said, 10 years.
But every 5 days for the rest of his life.
Well, there will be off days and off seasons. So
no days off is what I was told.
Oh, well, I mean, the Rangers are in the midst of that stretch right now where they have no days off until I think the 22nd, I want to say. But he will get some time off. And we talked about this. This doesn't necessarily mean Heaney is out. Jared had talked about, we'll talk with him more at about 11:15. Jared had talked about kind of bringing somebody up to create that extra day of rest that you might normally get with an off day. So I don't know. This could be a one-off. It could be all dependent on results. And they're like, we'll decide once this all happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
But exciting news, exciting news.